They said, fight a real boxer. They said, fight someone your size. They said, fight a world champion. We looked at a long list of supposed fighters for me to fight.
Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now?
I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass.
It's Jake versus Joshua. Professional bout. I repeat, no exhibition.
YouTuber Jake Paul set to fight Anthony Joshua.
AJ has to knock him out in the first 4 rounds.
I'm gonna break his face. I'm gonna break his body up. I'm gonna stomp all over him.
Too much class, too much athleticism.
Because it's obviously around when he hunts.
Oh, we got him. Terrific. Finally got him.
The fight ended in a knockout, but the real story is how long it took to get there. Anthony Joshua finished Jake Paul in the 6th round, and that timeline alone explains everything about how this fight was approached. Most people expected a quick ending. Joshua didn't. From the opening moments, it was clear this wasn't a showcase or an experiment. Joshua treated the bout like a genuine heavyweight contest, not an exhibition against a social media crossover star. That decision shaped the entire fight. One mistake against a 200-plus pound opponent can change everything, and Joshua wasn't willing to gamble his reputation on impatience. There were moments where Jake Paul landed looping shots, overhands, wide hooks, and those moments mattered, not because they were dangerous, but because they forced Joshua to stay disciplined. Getting caught by someone the public still labels a YouTuber would have been a disaster regardless of reality. Joshua understood that and chose caution over spectacle. What surprised many viewers was Jake's resilience. Even after being knocked down, he continued to throw punches and stay engaged. That led to speculation that Joshua might have been easing off early. There's no real way to confirm that. But what's clear is that Joshua was operating with awareness, not arrogance. Heavyweight boxing doesn't reward recklessness. Any single shot can flip a fight instantly. Joshua knew that, so instead of loading up, he worked behind fundamentals: timing, distance, and especially body shots. The body jab became the quiet centerpiece of the fight. It wasn't flashy, but it served a purpose. It slowed Jake's movement, disrupted his breathing, and gradually took away his ability to reset quickly. Joshua wasn't chasing a knockout, he was building one. Naturally, comparisons were drawn to Joshua's earlier knockout of Francis Ngannou. But those fights were nothing alike. Ngannou came forward with intent, willing to trade power. That kind of approach shortens heavyweight fights dramatically. Jake Paul didn't fight to win exchanges, he fought to extend the fight. Jake's strategy was survival-based. He circled constantly, clinched whenever possible, and repeatedly shot takedowns. Each attempt forced a pause, a reset, and another small chunk of time off the clock. Even unsuccessful takedowns served a purpose, slowing momentum and draining rounds. By the 5th round, the difference in belief was obvious. Jake landed his biggest punch of the fight, a full commitment overhand, and Joshua absorbed it cleanly. No wobble, no panic. That moment likely erased any remaining hope Jake had of winning outright. Still, toughness matters. Jake was knocked down multiple times and never fully lost consciousness. The final right hand would have finished most fighters immediately. Later, medical confirmation revealed his jaw was fractured in 2 places. Despite that, he stayed alert and even reacted instantly after hitting the canvas. So why did the finish take so long? First, Joshua refused to rush. Second, Jake deliberately used movement, clinches, and takedown attempts to extend the fight. Third, and this is often ignored, Jake's defense held up longer than expected. Joshua landed roughly a third of his punches across the fight. That's not because he was inaccurate. Jake used shoulder rolls, tight guards, head movement, and angles well enough to force misses. Making a former unified heavyweight champion miss repeatedly is not insignificant. As fatigue set in, everything shifted. The constant movement drained Jake's energy, while Joshua's pressure never slowed. Those body jabs from the opening round began to pay dividends. Cutting off the ring became easier as Jake's legs faded. Ring control isn't automatic. Against someone constantly circling, timing, and positioning, take rounds to solve. Once Joshua adjusted, the knockdowns followed. The first knockdown raised questions. On replay, it didn't appear to be caused by a clean strike. A blocked left hook may have transferred impact, but Jake also appeared to roll his ankle while exiting. The stumble looked dramatic and many assumed he was hurt. Jake didn't argue the call, which suggests he felt compromised regardless. Joshua treated it as legitimate and went on the offensive. The second knockdown was more straightforward. Joshua measured with the jab, clipped Jake near the ear with a right hand, and forced another desperate takedown attempt. The damage was clear this time. The finish itself was textbook heavyweight boxing. Joshua cut off the ring, pinned Jake in the corner with the jab, fired a straight right, followed with a left uppercut as Jake ducked low, then used a body jab to drop Jake's guard before landing the final right hand. Clean, efficient, over. Was it Joshua's most impressive performance? Probably not, but the stakes were financial, the risk was real, and he executed exactly what was required. He showed respect afterward and acknowledged Jake's effort, and Jake Paul deserves credit. He went 6 rounds with a former unified champion and Olympic gold medalist. He landed shots, defended intelligently, and showed durability that exceeded expectations for someone with limited boxing experience. Celebrity boxing isn't disappearing. Whether fans like it or not, entertainment is now part of combat sports. Jake Paul has secured his place within that space. Joshua has already said he felt rusty and plans to take time before his next fight. Maybe the long-discussed Deontay Wilder matchup finally happens. Fans have debated that fight for years and time is running out. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More fight analysis is coming during the UFC downtime, including crossover bouts and unconventional matchups. I'll see you in the next one.